just upon further review with time to reflect, what are some things you think you can take out of Saturday that you can build on?
We finally got 2 turnovers. In the first half, we thought we came out and we're playing the game the right way. And that's about it.
I guess everybody wants to know, Ryan, can this be fixed?
Yeah, I believe it can. I don't see any reason why it can't. Whenever I've been in a struggling time or an adverse time, the things that you do is you take lessons from the struggles. You take lessons from the adversity. You identify problems and you fix them. And so that is what we are in the process of doing right now with 7 games remaining on the schedule.
You talked a little bit Saturday about being more involved with the offense. Could you get in any more detail about that and just give us your assessment of Jason Simmons making the wage?
So obviously we have a defensive coordinator. We do not have an offensive coordinator right now, so it would be negligent of myself as the head coach to just sort of abandon that side of the ball while making that move. And so, I've spent time in there just helping the organization, coming up with ideas on how to attack defenses and what types of things give, certain coverages or certain fronts problems. And so that's what I've been doing. I've spent time on that side of the field during practice. We got a roster full of guys that are on that side of the ball that needed leadership and guidance. And so, like I said, we have a defensive coordinator, so let him do his job and help out with the offense.
You talked about doing kind of self-evaluations after games before. I'm curious, what all does that entail for you personally?
You look at game management, you look at how we're using the roster, you look at schematic issues, when you evaluate, the play of the individual, all of those things, and take an assessment and evaluate and try to improve the areas that you failed.
What all do you think has contributed to kind of the slow second halves that you guys have had the last 3 weeks?
Yeah, so we are struggling to play from behind. Like we for some reason it kind of snowballs when things don't go our way, and so I've got to do a better job of giving them like emotional answers on how to respond when you're behind or when things aren't going your way, so that you don't play without the outside the framework of the play call, outside the framework of the technique. You don't panic, and right now, when we get behind, we tend to hit the panic button, and there's no need to. And so that's been the message. That's been sort of what we've been talking about, the last couple of days, post Saturday.
Right. Were there any other, in the past 48 hours, any other structural changes, approach changes that you've implemented going forward?
Obviously there are tweaks. I would be it'd be irresponsible of me to tell you what those tweaks are. With the game coming up on Saturday. But yeah, the last 48 hours have been emotional. It's been challenging, and it's been, again, I'm a problem solver, and so I've been working diligently to solve problems.
What's the message right now to players who are committed to the 2025-2026 classes?
Just watch the season and see how it unfolds. They are committed here for a reason. They love this university, love this place. They have gotten to know and have belief in the coaches that are recruiting them. And so that's what I would say. Just 7 games left. Let's see how this deal plays out.
how significant right now is a better product on the field going to be on the class that you signed in December?
I think it's hugely significant. You know, as a recruit, you want to see progress, you want to see improvement, you want to see wins, right? You know, I think everybody we're recruiting is you know of the mindset that I am. Like, I hate losing. I hate it with a passion. Drives me crazy. And so, you know, we gotta win ball games.
You know how big that class do you expect it to be at this point? I think there's 11 known commitments right now. You know how big that's you expect it?
You know, there's a lot predicated on sort of the, you know, the roster numbers, the revenue sharing, and, you know, evaluating our roster and, you know, deciding on how many high school guys we take, how many guys we're going to get in the portal, you know, the whole nine. So,
Is Jason going to go out on the road in place of Graham when you guys have that opportunity here at the next bye week?
we're still discussing that, but I would imagine so.
Do you expect CJ Madden to play again this season?
I'm not sure.
Other questions? Alan?
Just about your opponent this week, Illinois. Obviously, you know them well. You had good success against them last year. They're different. They've had a lot of success, or a fair amount of success so far this year. What do you expect from them? Luke Altmaier's looks like he's made some big steps forward offensively. But what extra challenges do you see from them this week?
Yeah, they're playing confident. They're playing complementary football. You know, obviously got a lot of respect for the staff and the roster there. I've gotten to know them very well, and so you know, I expect them to play the best brand of ball that they can play. That's what they've been doing up to this point this season. You know, and so I fully expect them to come out guns blazing, and you know, like you said, like last year didn't go their way, and so I'm sure that is being replayed and reminded. So I fully anticipate to get their best shot. They've had an extra week to prepare for us as well. I think Coach B does a great job during bye weeks in presenting new wrinkles and you know, new personnels. And so I fully expect to see things that we haven't seen on tape yet. It'll be critical of us to be able to adjust to those things and to play and to go fight for 4 quarters.
In light of how you seem to want to use your tight ends in a variety of roles right now, do you expect to have George Burton at any point soon?
Yes, he's very close.
When you go back and look at your zone coverage, obviously you're a man-to-man staff. What needs to be better in the zone?
Just our zone integrity. I think guys' eyes. You know, the main culprit Saturday was eye discipline was awful. You know, we're not getting the quarterback out of the pocket either. He's just been able to sit back there and kind of wait. And then when the ball is in open space, like our angles to get the ball down, and the technique with which we're tackling was awful on Saturday. And so that's got to be addressed. It has been addressed and definitely be repped in practice.
Coach, have you been able to talk to maybe some mentors of yours who maybe gone through what you're going through, whether it's emotionally, mentally, you know, trying to, you know, fix what you can control?
I have, yes.
Right. And who might those people be, and what have those conversations been like?
Those are personal. Yeah, so I'll keep that in house. I appreciate you asking the question.
Anything else for Coach? Go back to Tom.
I know you've been saying you've been the help on some guys. I don't think he played a snap. I know he was down late against Nebraska, Antonio Stevens. Yeah, I guess Cole and Winston. And I know JDB didn't play either.
You said Cole?
Yeah, Cole Kabar.
Yeah, he's fine. Mo, you know, obviously didn't play. He had an ankle in the game, in the Nebraska game. Hopeful to get him back. Who's the other guy? Antonio should be back. Winston, I'm not sure yet.
What about Dixon Beal?
He's close.
Anything else for Coach? All right. Thanks, Coach. Thanks, everybody.